Imagine waking up one morning, excited to take your shiny, state-of-the-art electric vehicle for a spin, only to discover that, overnight, your car has become a symbol of social controversy. For hundreds of Tesla owners in France, this is not just a nightmare scenario, it is their new reality. People who once saw themselves as pioneers of eco-friendly innovation now find themselves caught in a whirlwind of global politics, social backlash, and personal discomfort. Their pride in ownership has been replaced by anxiety and, in some cases, outright hostility from neighbors and strangers alike. The burning question now stands: can a single CEO's personal actions truly inflict so much damage on a company's reputation that customers demand to break all ties with the brand they once adored? To get to the heart of this crisis, let's take a journey back to the beginning. Tesla was founded in July of 2003 in California by a team including Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. The mission was audacious: to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Over the next 2 decades, Tesla's relentless drive for innovation, ranging from revolutionary over-the-air software updates to groundbreaking battery technology to the sprawling supercharger network, catapulted it from Silicon Valley upstart to the world's most valuable car company as of the year 2023. The Tesla Model Y did the unthinkable, overtaking every other vehicle to become the best-selling car worldwide in that same year, outpacing traditional giants like Toyota and Volkswagen. Tesla didn't just disrupt the auto industry, it redefined what a car could be. Features like autopilot, a semi-autonomous driving system, and regular software updates delivered straight to customers' driveways became industry benchmarks. The company's valuation soared, peaking at over $1 trillion United States dollars at its height. For a time, Tesla was the poster child for 21st century innovation. But beneath this meteoric rise lay a double-edged sword. The company's identity became inseparable from its enigmatic and polarizing CEO, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a figure who needs little introduction. Born in South Africa in June of 1971, Musk has been hailed as both a genius visionary and a reckless provocateur. His achievements span industries, from founding SpaceX to revolutionizing online payments with PayPal. But it is his leadership at Tesla that has made him a household name. For years, Musk's charisma, unconventional management style, and flair for social media earned Tesla a cult-like following. Every tweet from Musk became headline news, moving stock prices, launching memes, and stoking the passions of supporters and critics alike. Gene Munster, managing partner at Loop Ventures, put it succinctly: Musk is polarizing, and that is going to turn off some portion of the population. For a while, this worked in Tesla's favor. The company thrived on Musk's bold promises and viral stunts, from sending a roadster into space to unveiling the Cybertruck on stage by smashing its supposedly unbreakable windows. But as Tesla matured and competition in the electric vehicle market intensified, especially from Chinese brands like BYD and European stalwarts like Volkswagen and Renault, the risks of being so closely tied to one man became glaringly apparent. Nowhere is this risk more evident than in France, where the Tesla brand has become embroiled in a legal and cultural battle unlike anything seen before. In early 2024, a group of French Tesla owners took the unprecedented step of suing the company, not over faulty brakes or delayed deliveries, but because they could no longer tolerate the social stigma and personal discomfort of being associated with Elon Musk's increasingly controversial political stances. Their lawsuit is not just about personal annoyance. It is grounded in a 200-year-old French law, Article 1625 of the Napoleonic Code, which guarantees buyers the peaceful possession of their purchase. This law, dating back to the dawn of the 19th century, was designed to protect buyers from disturbances that might interfere with their enjoyment of a product. Ivan Terrell, an attorney with the Paris law firm GKA and representative of these Tesla owners, explains, "They don't want to be associated anymore with Tesla, or personified by Elon Musk and his recent political stances. This is not just a symbolic grievance. The numbers tell a stark story. Sales of Tesla vehicles in Europe plummeted by 49% in April of 2024 compared to the same month the previous year, even as rival electric vehicle makers like Renault, Volkswagen, and BYD reported double-digit growth. In France, the decline was even more dramatic. Tesla sales nosedived a shocking 67% in May of 2024 compared to the previous year. Stories of hostility abound. Some Tesla drivers have faced outright vandalism, with one owner's car defaced with a swastika and another's vehicle subjected to public defecation. What was once a badge of environmental progress has, for some, become an unwanted political statement. But the heart of the lawsuit plunges even deeper. The plaintiffs argue that Musk's highly public actions, including controversial hand gestures at major political events, open endorsements of far-right political factions in Europe, and inflammatory commentary on social media, have transformed the image of Tesla itself. What was once a symbol of environmental optimism is now, in some circles, seen as a totem for ideologies that many owners never wanted to be associated with. Jessica Caldwell, an auto industry expert at Edmunds, observes, Tesla's brand is so tied to Musk that his actions inevitably impact consumer perception. The legal case hinges on a profound question. Does a customer have the right to escape a brand when its public image is radically altered, not by the product itself, but by the actions of its leader? In the words of Patrick Klugman, another lawyer representing the French plaintiffs, Musk's political positions have interrupted enjoyment of the vehicles. We believe that Mr. Musk owes these buyers the peaceful possession of the thing sold. If the French court sides with these Tesla owners, the consequences could be seismic, not just for Tesla, but for every global brand whose identity is tied to a celebrity CEO. French civil law, with its roots in Roman legal traditions like habere licere or the right to peaceful possession, could become the unlikely epicenter of a global movement to hold business leaders accountable for their personal conduct, inside and outside the boardroom. Imagine the implications if the Paris court rules in favor of the plaintiffs. An obscure clause in the Napoleonic Code could suddenly take on worldwide significance. The personal conduct of CEOs might become a new kind of legal risk for multinational brands, forcing companies everywhere to rethink how they manage their public image. Legal experts across Europe are already speculating that this case could spark a wave of similar lawsuits, especially in countries with strong consumer protection laws and a culture of corporate accountability. Boards of directors and legal teams from Frankfurt to London to Stockholm are watching closely, considering how to insulate their brands from the unpredictable actions of their most visible leaders. For Tesla, the stakes could not be higher. The company's collapse in French sales, down nearly 70% in May of 2024 compared to the previous year, illustrates how quickly a brand's fortunes can turn. Across Europe, Tesla is facing a perfect storm: rising competition from established automakers and nimble startups, consumer backlash tied to Musk's personal brand, and mounting legal and reputational risks. If disgruntled owners in other markets follow the French example and file similar lawsuits, the company could face legal costs that dwarf those from product recalls or technical issues. Ben Kilby, a British Tesla owner who recently sold his Model Y, summed up the sentiment. Elon Musk's polarization made the car unlivable. This is not just a European phenomenon. In the United States, where Tesla's image was once synonymous with progressive values and cutting-edge technology, sentiment has begun to shift. Surveys show a growing divide in consumer attitudes, with some former fans expressing discomfort or embarrassment over Musk's increasingly political and provocative statements. In China, a critical market for Tesla's future growth, the company faces fierce competition from domestic electric vehicle makers, whose brands are carefully managed to avoid political controversy. Even in places like Australia and Canada, where Tesla once enjoyed near-mythical status, consumer sentiment is showing signs of strain. Yet, within every crisis lies opportunity. Some industry analysts argue that Tesla's board could use this moment to embark on a strategic reset, a chance to refocus the brand on its original mission of sustainability and innovation, rather than the personal brand of its CEO. A values-neutral strategy, emphasizing Tesla's technological achievements and downplaying Musk's personal political commentary, could help rebuild consumer trust and attract new buyers who care more about environmental impact than celebrity drama. Institutional investors, who collectively control billions of dollars in capital, are already pressuring Tesla's management for stronger governance, clearer succession planning, and a more disciplined approach to public communications. Consider this. In May of 2025, Tesla quietly amended its corporate bylaws to require any shareholder seeking to file a derivative suit to own at least 3% of the company. This move, which flew under the radar for many, effectively raises the bar for shareholder accountability and makes it more difficult for concerned investors to challenge management decisions through the courts. Some experts see this as a sign that Tesla's leadership is bracing for more turbulence ahead. For the wider business world, the Tesla France saga offers critical lessons. First, it's a stark reminder of the power, and peril of personal branding. In today's ultra-connected world, a single tweet or public gesture can ripple instantly across global markets, triggering everything from stock price swings to viral protests. The line between a company's brand and its leader's personal identity is thinner than ever before. When that leader's actions become controversial, the fallout can be immediate and severe. Joseph Spack, an analyst at UBS, predicts that Tesla's worldwide sales could actually decline by 5% this year, countering earlier expectations of a 10% growth. Such reversals underscore how quickly sentiment can shift in the modern era. Second, the case highlights the growing importance of corporate governance and risk management. Boards must now consider not only the business acumen and vision of their CEOs, but also how their personal views, social media presence, and political activities might affect the brand's reputation. In sectors with significant public impact, such as automotive, technology, and financial services, governments may soon step in with new regulations to limit the political involvement of business leaders whose products touch millions of lives. Already, whispers of potential legislative action are circulating in Brussels, Berlin, and Paris. Third, for companies that rely heavily on the charisma or celebrity of a single individual, the risks are now impossible to ignore. The founder's halo effect can drive rapid growth and fierce loyalty, but it can also backfire spectacularly if public opinion turns. Historical parallels abound. Think of Steve Jobs at Apple, Howard Schultz at Starbucks, or Travis Kalanick at Uber. Each of these leaders built iconic brands, but each also faced moments when their personal conduct or public persona threatened to overshadow the company's mission and values. In some cases, boards intervened, removing or sidelining the founder to protect the long-term health of the brand. Looking to the future, several scenarios could unfold if the French court rules in favor of the Tesla owners. First, similar lawsuits could emerge across Europe and beyond, as consumers in countries like Germany, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom seek legal remedies for the reputational harm caused by controversial CEOs. Second, Tesla may be forced to roll out new policies insulating its brand from Musk's personal activities, perhaps even restricting his ability to comment on political matters in public forums. Third, institutional investors could demand more robust succession planning, preparing the company for a future where Musk is less involved or not involved at all. Fourth, Tesla could accelerate its expansion into markets that are less politically polarized, such as Asia or South America, in an effort to mitigate brand damage in Western Europe and North America. Fifth, governments may move to increase oversight of corporate leaders' political involvement, especially in industries with significant environmental or societal impact. But what does all this mean for you, the viewer? Whether you are a car owner, a shareholder, an aspiring entrepreneur, or simply fascinated by the intersection of technology and society, the Tesla France case holds powerful lessons. It is a wake-up call about reputation management in the digital age. If you manage a business or dream of building your own brand, ask yourself, how resilient is your company to the storms of public opinion? Are your brand's core values clear, and are they protected from the unpredictable actions of any one leader? This lawsuit is more than just a legal drama. It is a masterclass in the new rules of brand stewardship. As Professor Peter Wells of Cardiff University observes, we've not seen the level of innovation in product range that Elon Musk should have been looking for. True innovation, it turns out, is not just about technology. It is also about evolving your public image, your governance structures, and your approach to leadership risk. In closing, will this case force Tesla, and by extension other global brands, to fundamentally rethink the relationship between leadership and corporate identity? The evidence suggests that this reckoning has already begun. The old model, where a charismatic CEO is the brand, is under siege. If the French court sides with the owners, expect a global wave of soul-searching among boards, investors, and regulators. The power and risk of personal branding has never been more apparent. Boards will have to reconsider how much authority and visibility they vest in a single individual and may even seek new ways to limit the political activities of senior executives. And here is a fascinating historical note. The very law at the heart of this case, Article 1625 of the Napoleonic Code, traces its lineage all the way back to ancient Roman legal principles of habere licere, or the right to peaceful possession. That is more than 2,000 years of legal tradition, now colliding with the realities of social media, global celebrity, and the complexities of 21st century business leadership. So, what do you think? Should companies be held accountable for their leaders' actions outside the boardroom? Should consumers have the right to walk away when a brand's image shifts dramatically? Where should the line be drawn between personal expression and corporate responsibility? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this story eye-opening, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world's economy, technology, and society. Until next time, stay curious. And remember, history is always being written, one lawsuit